A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that defies threats from US President Donald Trump, India has confirmed its intention to continue buying oil from Russia. This decision comes in the wake of Trump's recent comments suggesting that India would cease its oil imports from Russia due to ongoing geopolitical tensions stemming from the invasion of Ukraine. According to two unnamed Indian officials, the country will not be swayed by threats of penalties or tariffs, asserting that the long-term nature of their oil contracts makes it impractical to stop buying Russian oil overnight. At a press briefing, Indian Foreign Ministry spokesman Ranveer Jaiswal emphasized the strength of India's relationship with Russia, describing it as steady and time-tested. He cautioned against interpreting India's energy procurement strategies through the lens of external pressures, particularly from the United States. Jaiswal highlighted that India's energy needs are dictated by the availability of oil in the market and the prevailing global circumstances. Underlining the importance of this relationship, India has significantly ramped up its oil imports from Russia since the onset of the conflict in Ukraine. In January 2022, India was purchasing only 68,000 barrels of crude oil per day from Russia. By June of the same year, this figure had surged to 1.12 million barrels per day, peaking at 2.15 million barrels per day in May 2023. Reports indicate that at one point, Russian oil accounted for nearly 40% of India's overall imports, making Russia the largest supplier of crude oil to the country. India's reliance on oil imports is substantial, with the International Energy Agency noting that approximately 87% of the country's oil needs are met through imports. Historically, India has sourced most of its crude from the Middle East, but this trend has shifted dramatically since the West imposed sanctions on Russia in response to its actions in Ukraine. The sanctions led to a drop in Russian oil prices, allowing India to capitalize on discounted rates. Trump's threats have not only included potential tariffs on Indian goods, but also a 25% import tax linked to India's continued purchases of Russian oil. Despite these pressures, Indian officials have reiterated their commitment to maintaining energy security and fulfilling long-standing contracts. As the geopolitical landscape continues to evolve, India's position as the world's third-largest crude oil importer, behind China and the US, is likely to become even more critical. The country is projected to see a significant increase in oil consumption over the coming decade, driven by economic growth and a rising population. This trend is particularly evident in the growing demand for petrol, fueled by increasing household incomes and a surge in vehicle ownership. The situation illustrates the complex interplay between energy needs and international relations, as India navigates its energy procurement strategies amidst external pressures. With the U.S. administration expressing frustration over Russia's lack of progress in negotiations regarding Ukraine, the future of U.S.-India relations may hinge on how both nations address their respective energy demands and geopolitical interests. As India moves forward, it remains to be seen how the U.S. will respond to its continued partnership with Russia in the energy sector. The implications of this situation are significant, not only for India, but also for global energy markets and international diplomacy. The coming months will be crucial as both nations seek to balance their economic priorities with the realities of the current geopolitical climate. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.